Hello my lovelies, and welcome back to Sondering Tarot. Once again, we're going to be using the Baroque Tarot for today's daily tarot reading. I will list that deck in the description box down below if you're not familiar with it. But let's go ahead and get started. This is your daily tarot reading for the 6th of September 2023. Alright, my lovelies, we have one ace on the table and four major arcanas. We have the Devil in the reverse, the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the High Priestess, the Queen of Swords, Justice in the reverse, the King of Wands in the reverse, the Magician, the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, the King of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Page of Cups in the reverse, the Queen of Cups, and we end on the Queen of Wands in the reverse. I know that was a lot of court cards flying around, but it is what it is. And I will automatically say today is a day for boundary work, because that's what we're going to discuss. It's now time to identify and clear out a couple of things. And with that, we might have to redraw a very specific line in the sand and rework a particular boundary. Whether that's because we're, eating poorly and have to have a firmer boundary with ourselves to have a better diet, or if that means cutting out too much screen time. Maybe we're spending too much time on social media. Perhaps we've got a toxic coworker and we're having to put our foot down a little bit more. That way the work environment is slightly more peaceful. Whatever it is, whatever we're letting go of and clearing out forces us to move a boundary, or redrawing that proverbial line in the sand wherever it needs to go. And we're doing this for our own sense of self, our own peace, or peace of mind here, our own enjoyment and way of living. So it does have a purpose. We don't always like doing it, but apparently it's necessary right now. And you may not know exactly where that boundary is at the moment or where it needs to go. However, that answer will be made clear to you. Normally by examining, what is no longer serving you in the correct way. More importantly, where you're wasting your energy. Because let's face it, we have to maintain boundaries. They're not just drawn there and then we leave them there and we can walk away from them and nobody will ever test that boundary ever just because we said there's a line there. No, that's not what happens. People will test boundaries. People will push back against boundaries. And if you don't guard that boundary or maintain it, they'll walk right over it. So focusing on areas where things like that are happening will let you know where that line needs to be moved. Or if you don't have a line there at all and you need one. So, recreating a new boundary is, yes, necessary. However, if you don't, you're just going to get the same old response, the same old outcome. You'll always get what you always got. And sadly, that's the way it is. I mean, it's the way the cookie crumbles. So, we're trying for betterment, we're trying for more peace, we're trying for a little bit more balance than that. Which also means when we create the new boundary, we have to be very clear on where we were, complacent. Where we weren't paying attention and shoring up and maintaining the boundary, or where we didn't have one in the first place. Maybe we left a gap and didn't realize it. And because we had that, of course, that was to our own detriment. It disturbed our peace. We may have had our feelings hurt. We may have caused ourselves some undue pain. But once we realize where we need to put things and we draw a new boundary, we're taking better care of ourselves. We're taking better care of our boundaries, the way we express ourselves and interact with others. And we're doing so in a way where we're not wasting quite as much energy. That's another reason why we move a boundary, because if we have a boundary in a spot that is kind of right, but kind of not, sometimes our boundary just takes too much to upkeep. So having to move it to where it's a lower energy boundary but still does the same job is effective and is actually a better utilization of our time and our energy, and brings us more peace as well, because then we have more energy at our disposal. So yes, please take that as it resonates, but there's a couple key points with this that we kind of all need to focus on. Big or small, whatever the problem is, you either need to create a new boundary or move an existing one and put it in a spot where it does the job you need it to without costing you so much, whether that is emotionally or energetically. This is all about maintaining your peace. Let me double check to make sure there's no more synchronicities on the table. I don't think we had any today. No, we do not. The astrology for the day, the last quarter moon in Gemini. Okay, clearing out old ideas, eliminating those that no longer work for you. Of course, that energy can be for the next week or so, because it is the last quarter moon. May also want to clean out your head and lighten up your mood at the same time. Sun in Virgo conjuncts Mercury in Virgo. There's something you might want to get started now. Of course, the peak results for that would be in like 6 to 8 weeks, but focus and practicality are to your benefit. Well, this is definitely focus and practicality of moving a boundary and to clear things out that need to be addressed that no longer serve. So that energy does actually show up for the day. And for those that love the numerology, everything here adds up to 59, which ultimately reduces to the number 5, 5 being the number of change. I do believe that was also the number for the numerology we had yesterday as well. So yes, we're making a change. We're rewriting the proverbial line in the sand. We're gaining peace, or at least we're attempting to. That is our goal. All right, my lovelies, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here for today. If this resonates for you, please give me a big thumbs up. Go ahead and shout at me in the comments section. Don't be shy. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you never miss any of my videos when they upload. And for those of you that do share my videos on other platforms, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. And to all of you, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.